Hello and a very warm welcome to World This Week by Latest Laws. This is our weekly program, so subscribe and press the bell icon to get notified. My name is Monica Rahar and let's get started by having a look at Supreme Court this week. The Honorable Apex Court will hear on Tuesday the PIL which is filed by a lawyer seeking directions to the centre and all the state governments to grant X-category security to all judicial officers. This particular hearing will also be accompanied by the hearing of the suo motu cognizance writ petition which is related to the death of Dhanbad Additional Sessions Judge Uttam Anand, who was murdered by a vehicle while he was out for a morning walk. Days after the Supreme Court ruled in favor of Amazon and its long-running dispute with Future Group on its merger deal with Reliance Limited, the Future Group promoters have approached the Honorable Supreme Court against the seizure of assets belonging to the company and to its founder. The top court, while hearing a plea of a woman seeking financial assistance for her husband's lung transplant in a hospital, asked the hospital concerned, where he is admitted, to consider if the estimated cost of the procedure can be reduced. The advocates on record examination has been rescheduled by the Honorable Supreme Court on 20th, 21st, 22nd and 23rd of December 2021. Now let's proceed to the next segment of our news analysis and have a look at the Delhi High Court this week. So the Delhi High Court has directed the Animal Welfare Board to disclose the status of animal circuses that have closed down. The Delhi government has informed the High Court of Delhi that it has rearrested 45 accused out of 3,200 under trial prisoners on account of commission of different offences. Now here we need to understand that due to the onslaught of the second wave of COVID-19, these under trial prisoners, they were out on interim bail, and now on account of commission of different offences, out of these 3,200 under trial prisoners, 45 have been rearrested. The High Court has adjourned the hearing on the petition which is filed by former Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Mehbooba Mufti, challenging the validity of the Prevention of Money Laundering Act. The High Court has issued a notice stating that it will resume physical hearings in a phased manner in the district courts from August 31st, which for now is restricted to online or the virtual hearing in wake of COVID-19. The High Court has also issued notice stating that it shall continue taking up urgent matters only via video conferencing till 3rd of September 2021 in wake of COVID-19. The High Court has issued a show cause notice to the Sub-Divisional Magistrate of the South West District asking as to why contempt proceedings must not be initiated against him for sending notices at the residence of one of the petitioners with reference to the registration of marriage which is sought by him and his partner under the provisions of the Special Marriage Act. Now let's proceed to the next segment of our news analysis, which is of the Bombay High Court. So expressing its anguish over the lack of any uniform policy in Maharashtra over designated parking spaces for vehicles, the High Court of Bombay has said that authorities must not allow citizens to own multiple personal vehicles if they don't have adequate parking spaces. The Bombay High Court has said that it will hear actor Kangana Ranaut's plea seeking to quash the FIR which is registered against her for allegedly promoting enmity between groups on ground of religion through her tweets on 13th of September. The High Court has asked the Union Government to file a reply as to why an interim stay should not be given to the implementation of the Information Technology Rules of 2021 as was demanded by the two petitions. A PIL has been filed in the Bombay High Court seeking orders to scrap the National Eligibility and Entrance Test for postgraduate medical courses and to allow all willing medical graduates to undertake the PG courses so that an adequate number of specialists are available for the public at large in India. Now the next segment that we have is of Allahabad High Court. So the Allahabad High Court has quashed the detention of 3 men under the stringent National Security Act for cow slaughter, saying that the issue may be a matter of law and order but it is not a public order situation. Hearing habeas corpus petitions, the Lucknow bench of the High Court said that the accused were detained for a solitary case with no evidence to show that they will commit the offence or the crime concerned again on being released. Now let's proceed and have a look at an update coming from the High Court of Calcutta. So the Calcutta High Court has adjourned the hearing of a petition which is moved by the Chief Minister of the state, Mamata Banerjee, challenging the assembly election results in Nandigram till November 15. Now coming up next is the segment of Gujarat High Court. So in an important order, the Gujarat High Court has observed that the prosecution should insist on quality evidence and not on quantity, and the prosecution should refrain from unnecessarily examining more witnesses, which causes delay in trial and looks bad on part of the judiciary, as well as it acts against the interest of both the accused and the victim. Now coming up next is the segment of Uttarakhand High Court. The Uttarakhand High Court is going to start mobile e-courts for speedy disposal of cases in remote hilly areas of the state which do not have access to the courts. Now let's proceed with the miscellaneous segment of our news analysis. A search committee which is set up by the Supreme Court Bar Association has shortlisted names of 48 lawyers of the Supreme Court to be considered for elevation as judges to 17 high courts. The National Company Law Tribunal New Delhi bench on Friday admitted an application for initiating a corporate insolvency resolution process against McLeod Russell India, which is the largest bulk tea producer in the country. The Union Ministry for Road Transport and Highways has recently proposed a scheme for 8-fold increase in the compensation amount which is to be given to the families of hit-and-run road accident victims. A special court under the NDPS Act has rejected the bail plea of late actor Sushant Singh Rajput's friend Siddharth Pithani on Wednesday in Mumbai. Now let's proceed with the last segment of our news analysis, which is the international news. The Brazilian Supreme Court has on Thursday opened a probe into the right-wing president Jair Bolsonaro for posting documents on social media from a sealed police investigation into the hacking of a federal election court. Justice Aisha Malik is all set to become the first woman Chief Justice of Pakistan after the outgoing Chief Justice recommended her for the elevation in the Pakistan's top court. The outgoing Chief Justice is all set to retire on 17th of August. Justice Aisha Malik is currently at the Lahore High Court and she ranks 4th in the seniority list. Prince Andrew cannot hide behind or under the garbs of his wealth and power from allegations that he sexually abused a child, said the lawyer representing this child, warning the Duke that he is running the risk of having a default judgment against him if he ignores the civil suit brought against him in the US. That's all we have for this week. The links of all these news updates are made available in the description section for your kind consideration. Thank you for being with us.